Okay. Okay, it's that time again. Section 1, Theory of Heat. Page 10. Persons who successfully pass a core of questions on stratospheric ozone protection and legislation, and also pass one of the 3 certifications, are certified in that category. If all 3 certifications are passed, a person will be universally certified. To date, the EPA is not requiring recertification. However, it will be the technician's responsibility to keep up to date on the new technologies and government rule changes by creating types of certification. The EPA allowed technicians to be tested on information concerning equipment and service practices that the technicians primarily service and maintain. Although training programs are beneficial, participation in a training program is not required currently. To create price-competitive training programs requested by technicians will be administered by the private sector. Many national educational and trade organizations, such as AC&R, Safety Coalition, the Air Conditioning, Heating, and Refrigeration Institute, the Air Conditioning Contractors of America, the Heating, Air Conditioning, and Refrigeration Distributors International, the Carbon Monoxide Safety Association, the Educational Standards Corporation, the Environmental Protection Agency, Ferris State University, the Green Mechanical Council, HVAC Excellence, North American Technician Excellence, the Refrigeration Service Engineers Society, and the United Association of Journeymen and Apprentices have developed training and/or testing programs. These programs are specifically intended to help technicians comply with the July 1st, 1992 Refrigerant Venting Law. Unit 9 of this text, Refrigerant and Oil Chemistry and Management, Recovery, Recycling, Reclaiming, and Retrofitting, gives more detailed information on the EPA's mandatory technician certification program, including details on the specific types of certification tests and specifications. Certification programs. Technician certification programs can be divided into 2 categories: mandatory technician certification programs, voluntary technician certification programs. Mandatory technician certification programs are covered in the preceding paragraphs and in Unit 9. Voluntary technician certification programs are becoming popular because they are industry-led and are much more comprehensive in nature when compared to mandatory certification programs. They give technicians an educational opportunity from the beginning to the end of their careers. These programs allow technicians to become recognized for their level of expertise and also allow them to achieve higher levels of competence. Their diverse nature allows almost every aspect of the industry to be covered. Voluntary certification testing is based on the courses taken for each level, with an outline and roadmap on what material will be covered on the test and where to find it. An example of a voluntary certification is the ESCO Group's R410A Safety and Certification Test, which evaluates a candidate's knowledge of the special considerations that must be taken into account when working on systems that contain this refrigerant. Why technicians should become certified. As mentioned, mandatory technician certification allows the technician to purchase ozone-depleting refrigerants legally and work on equipment that contains refrigerant. Some advantages of having both mandatory and voluntary technician certifications are: customers tend to ask for certified technicians because of their reliability and good workmanship. Equipment manufacturers develop faith in certified technicians and have a sense of well-being when they know the job has been accomplished by a certified technician. Higher standards are set on the job by certified technicians, giving them more respect, recognition, trust, higher pay, and a higher quality of life in the long run. Employers would rather hire a certified technician because they know certified technicians care more about their reputation, customer relations, and overall professionalism. Certification gives the technician a status symbol for other technicians to work up to. Certified technicians have proven technical proficiencies with measured capabilities. Programmatic accreditation. Accreditation has gained popularity in the last decade for secondary and post-secondary HVAC programs. Program accreditation involves an independent, non-governmental, non-industry, third-party review of an educational program. At the time of this printing, the leading HVAC-R programmatic accreditation agency is HVAC Excellence. The programmatic accreditation process validates that the established standards of excellence for HVAC-R educational programs are met or, in many cases, exceeded. These standards are designed to ensure that our future workforce receives the quality of training required to provide the skills necessary for success in the HVAC-R industry. The Department of Education, in its Code of Federal Regulations, Title 34, sets guidelines and defines criteria for who can be an accredited body but does not do any accrediting itself. The standards require a thorough examination of the programs. Mission, curriculum, plans of instruction, finances and funds, administrative responsibilities, equipment and tools, facilities, instructors' qualifications. Programmatic accreditation provides an HVAC-R program with an opportunity to recognize both its strengths and weaknesses. Some of the benefits of programmatic accreditation include the following: enhanced student confidence in the quality of the program, assurance and confidence of employers that student graduates are properly trained, enhanced student placement and employer satisfaction. Holy cow, that was hard. Acceptability of transfer credits for students, self-evaluation of faculty and staff, enhanced articulation agreements with other HVAC-R programs and institutions, assistance in acquiring federal, state, and private funding, creation of self-improvement goals. National Skill Standards. The National Skill Standards, as interpreted by the Vocational Technical Education Consortium of States for heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration technicians, was funded by the U.S. Department of Education from 1992 to 1998 as part of 22 projects from the National Skill Standards Board. The NSS were created by a joint effort of committees composed of heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration industry professionals. These skill standards not only help technicians identify the skills and knowledge needed for their occupation, but also assess their weaknesses and/or needs for additional training. Skill standards are often described as workplace behaviors, technical skills, and the general body of knowledge required of technicians to be successful, productive, and competitive in today's workforce. As HVAC-R manufacturers increase the efficiency and sophistication of their equipment, technicians require additional, updated information as well as sound technical skills based to maintain, install, and service this equipment. The increased number of environmental regulations concerning more energy-efficient and environmentally friendly HVAC-R equipment have also created a new knowledge and skills base for technicians to learn and use on their jobs. Although it is difficult to provide all users of this text with information on the vast array of issues covered in the NSS, the authors have made every effort to do so. We hope both private and public institutions as well as the industry will use our comprehensive book to provide both students and workers with the competencies needed for successful employment and advancement in the ever-changing and growing technical HVAC-R field. The NSS are divided into three main areas with subdivisions as follows: core knowledge, communications, mathematics, science; occupation-specific skills, core skills, occupational-specific skills; workplace behaviors, ethics, environment, communications, professionalism, problem solving. The core skills consist of safety and environment, electrical principles, electric motors, controls, refrigeration principles and practices, heating principles and practices, air conditioning principles and practices, piping principles and practices. The occupational specific skills consist of residential and light commercial heating, residential and light commercial air conditioning, residential and light commercial heat pumps, commercial conditioned air systems, commercial refrigeration. Customer relations and technician soft skills. Customer relations are extremely important to a service business and consequently to a service technician. Without customers, there will be no business and no income. The technician is a major factor in acquiring and keeping customers. This is true whether work is performed at a residence, an office, a restaurant, or a store, or whether the technician is an inside or outside salesperson for a distributor or contractor. The HVAC-R business salesperson, the HVAC-R business and technician are dependent on the customers. All technicians should be concerned with the quality of their work because customers have the right to insist on quality. If they have had a previous unsatisfactory experience, customers may have some doubt as to whether they will get the quality service for which they are, left on a cliffhanger. Okay, that's 2 pages. Page 10 and 11 of my 9th edition refrigeration and air conditioning technology book made by the company Cengage. Okay, thanks for tuning in.